Hey everyone, just arrived home from Melbourne. Didn't go that well. Still suitcase is somewhere behind me unpacked, so this is super quick and a little bit ramble video, but I'm leaving Apeks again. So honestly, I feel pretty relieved. So I feel like I'm leaving a sinking ship, and I'm pretty relieved that I'm escaping the atmosphere we're in. We have put many band-aids on serious problems instead of actually fixing them openly, and that is probably the main issue. I feel like that we're falling apart. And when I came back from bench, I was focused to get to the CS2 major, and I turned a blind eye to it in a way. And also support from the club was great, as we got to work with our sports psychologist, and she had a huge positive impact on us to fix us. But the worst thing is that for Apeks, I think that replacing me is not going to solve the issues. And I know this sounds weird or egoistic, but that is why I believe more changes are needed to be some sort of rebuild in the lineup. And that was the only condition I had if Apeks want to keep me, is to make changes in the lineup. But for many reasons they won't, and that is main reason why our path ended here. So I was offered a contract extension by Apeks after the major to finish the season with them, but I knew things are bad within the team and recent tournament result did not affect my decision at all. So it was made a few weeks ago by me and communicated to the club. So even if we won ESL Melbourne, I was just going out. So bad environment for growth, both as a player and as a human. I think that is why my performance gradually worsened over the time I came back to Apeks from bench, and I feel like I'm not growing, not improving. I might be a better individual player, and I believe I am genuinely, but that goes to waste in a team game where I value team performance over myself as an individual. And for human aspect, it is also true. I feel drained and burned out in a sense, not completely from the game, but from the people I play the game with. And again, it is really weird thing to say in a video, but what is the point of making this video if I don't speak with honesty and candid? So speaking about in-game, I feel like I was on a different page from the group when we should, do things, how we should practice and how do we work. And when I spoke out, I had a feeling that it didn't really lead anywhere. Sometimes it actually did, but only like for a couple of days. And eventually we always fall into old ways and things become rather unproductive. And that drains a lot of energy or drive out of me because I'm really progress driven. And another thing is we're unable to keep each other accountable. And when we do, it usually turns into arguments and they always end up bad. So on some maps for T sides, I feel like I cannot have impact in this team. I was fighting to be more involved in action, to take space more, but when I did, there were others saying that they don't feel impactful, and it resulted in a circle where just one-sided sacrifices had to be made. And then naturally I fought to become late player instead, left in clutches, but that was met once again with resistance because others wanted that too. And so my identity as a player was just suppressed to the point where I became just pure support player, not able to really be enabled in early round nor late round. And I was torn between what my coach wanted, what the rest of my teammates wanted, and what I wanted. For CT sides, it was a bit different. As an anchor, I think I was doing well considering the positions and lack of freedom I had. I understand that playing roles as I do require sacrifice, and I'm not going to hard carry the games, but I feel like I was not a liability, and I was always looking for ways to either improve my own playbook or evaluate these risk management plays to benefit the team. So I had this chapter about talking about players, and in this chapter I wanted to talk just about them. But before the recording I decided not to. Everything that I wanted to say I said to them privately, and however I tried to share this, it felt like I'm airing dirty laundry, which is definitely not the intention that I want. And the only exception that I will make is towards Sense. Because I honestly feel pretty bad for him. He was brought into IGL role straight into tier 1 with the promise that he will receive help from teammates and mainly the coach Mitter. But I feel like there were much bigger problems with other players needed to fix that we didn't really develop sense calling at all. So it created like vicious cycle of players not being satisfied with in-game decisions and Sens not squeezing the best experience possible out of multiple tier 1 events. I think that was Katowice, RMR and the Major. So yeah, he's having pretty hard time and suffers, and I also think that he's not really a born leader, which doesn't mean he can't be a good IGL, not at all. He can call strats, but this group is in need of leader out of the game too. And I want you, Odne, Sens, if you're watching this, not to get discouraged and try your best and don't take the community hate too seriously. You will build a shield from hate eventually, but it will come with experience and time. So plan for the future. This one is pretty tricky. This time in Apeks showed me what I want and do not want anymore. So it shaped my plans as well. So I will divide them into short term and long term. So for short term, I would love to keep competing. I believe I can improve a lot of tier 1 and tier 2 international teams when I look at the scene, and that is my goal. The experience, the expertise, and also the professionalism are mostly out of the game qualities I try to bring with myself, but I don't want to bring it just anywhere. I need to know that we share same values, vision, and the goal as a team. So for me, the goal is not result driven. I don't want to say that I want to win the major or that I want to be on the top 10 team or top 5 team in the world. I want to focus on progress, the practice, how we improve and grow. Most importantly, enjoy this process. So if we do, then any quantifiable goal that we set will eventually come to us. So if you feel like you are one of these teams and you want to have either little chat or official interview, I don't really care. You know where to reach out and let's talk. So for long term, I see it like this. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, and I want to be in an environment where jealousy, childishness is put aside. I don't want to be in a team anymore where I look forward to the end of the practice because it mentally drains me. I'm too old for putting up with like shitty attitude and fake people. So if this means I won't be a good fit for any team and stop competing, this long-term goal still stands. I will find something that is enjoyable. I will search for it, and because that is just who I am and how I grow. Talking about this channel, well, this setback in my life might be a blessing in disguise for you if you like my YouTube channel. Suddenly I have much more time to create content and experiment with videos, so you should see an increase in uploads but also quality of the videos. This goes hand in hand with live streaming. I will be live much more often, streaming educational content such as analysis, individual practice, demo reviews, and if you have ever been on my stream, you know that even like stuff like Q&A sessions are part of every single stream for me. So feel free to join me sometime. I think we have pretty good vibes and community going on, so any like-minded people are always welcome. And by the way, coaching sessions are open again, and I will accept anyone of any level while we focus on things you wish to improve. More info on the coffee link down below in the description. So what am I thinking about myself? Well, I also want to touch on this personal topic and what will my life or day look like right now? I don't know. Whenever I plan too much, it tends to like end up really differently, but I definitely want to reset my mind. I have been living in constant stress for years now, and this is tied to the job of being pro. You have to perform, travel, practice, and solve problems pretty much every day, and it takes toll. So that is why I want to just spend time chilling. I don't know, maybe playing a game I wanted to play for years but never found free time to do so. Maybe I can stream that if anyone is interested. Maybe I will watch that TV show I never found time to watch, and I will just binge watch something. So these are all the activities and things that, you know, I just want to try to explore and reset and travel and actually enjoy the place where I'm at instead of stressing about upcoming tournament. So I definitely will try to experiment with things I have not had chance to experiment in my life yet, but it will be still same STYKO, you know, that loves the game and grinds whenever he can. And as I said, if any team approaches me and I feel like I can fit in, I want to be ready to perform and start working ASAP without losing my individual skill. So if you wish to follow me on this, I'll be definitely more active on my socials like Instagram, Discord, share bits of my life more transparently. And yeah, that's the video. In the meantime, bye bye.